Hello, maybe. I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome to the first stream of 2021 on this channel, at least. I guess if you say live stream, there's an implication you mean one that you do, but you could also be saying live stream in general. And the first live stream of 2020. Oh, I'm wearing the green screen shirt. I didn't even realize. Look, I'm invisible. I just done a green shirt that I bought deliberately so I could green screen out my shirt instead of my background. And you know what? We're just not going to question it. I'm ahead today. That's how life is. So speaking of how life is, hello my BX Toycat, and in my life today, I've got some shulker boxes, I've got some pickaxes, and you know what I want? I want to put those pickaxes to work so I can fill those shulker boxes with some netherrack. Why only
one chunk?
Honestly, so if you're curious, in the overworld, I destroyed an entire chunk, and I found the results to be pretty interesting. And so, as a result, I was like, you know what? I wonder how that would look in the Nether. Like, worst case, I just get myself a bunch of netherrack. Unlike the overworld, if you mine a nether wastes, you only get the one block you're there for, which admittedly isn't a very good block in most definitions of the word good. But, yeah, so I'm going to be going over here a little bit, because I think there actually is a lot of downsides to mining a whole chunk, because there will be ghast spawning in there and stuff like that. So I'm hoping if we do it, like, over here somewhere, you know, like right over here, for example. If we do so right here, we could have the really nice benefit. Oh god, there's lava down there. Maybe let's not do it right over there. Let's do a little deeper this way, and that way it should hopefully spawn all the ghasts over there instead of near me. You know, there's a shot in the dark. Is that working? Let's be honest. I'm here for my netherrack. I'm gonna take it if I get it, and I'm not gonna take it if I don't. So yeah, I'm Toycat. I'm the Toycat of Undying. That's my new title. It's official now. So yeah, we're gonna start the chunk at, I guess, 60. Actually, wait. Let's make the center 65 and like 64 right here. This is like a chunk center of it right here. And then on the other axis, what is? I don't know why I do the maths by hand rather than just remembering how chunk boundaries work. But 16 times 6 is 96. So add in. Oh god, what just happened? I get hit by a ghast. Oh, because I don't have my headphones in. I'm just getting ghasted all the time. Anyway, so we want to go to 118, 120 to 112, I think, is the other end. So the middle of 112 and 96. Oh god, Toycat's maths is really showing its age right now. 112 and would be, what is that, like 104? Yeah, that sounds correct. There we go. So yeah, ghasts are going to be a real nightmare during this project, but we'll just hope they don't come up. But yeah, first of all, we need to work out the center. So 104 would be the exact center over here. And then 65, 64, 105, 104. There we go. So this will be the center of the chunk. And that way it's like 4 quarter chunks, and you can be sure that it's not like a chunk error when you get it in your world. Just for some fun. Because we're playing Bedrock now, unlike the last time I destroyed a chunk, you have a real risk of messing up. Also, thank you, Andrejo Ali. Are you the Ali of Andrejo? What is the deal with that? Who knows for sure? I don't know. All I know is that digging straight down is a really, really bad idea in the Nether. Like in the overworld, digging straight down is like a necessary evil sometimes. In the Nether, you are just playing with your life. Hey, thank you, JG Bala, for becoming a channel member. You're not. New year, new member, am I right? But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good 2021. My January is going to be an interesting month. Again, I think I kind of hinted this might be my last stream for a couple of weeks as well. You know, stars you intend to go on by not live streaming or something like that. But yeah, right. Can we pause? I need to go grab some chocolate milk, says James Parkinson. Hey everyone, can we just all pause for James?
The government wants me to forget about all of their mistakes by giving me $600. I'll give Toycat $20 because I love all of his mistakes and your cactus wasn't complete. You need one more sky column of cacti.
But if I have one more sky column of cacti, then it will be like a sealed off building. Whereas if that way I've got like an entrance in and out that I can use, but the mobs will get trapped on. That's the genius of it. That's the move, the plan right there. So we're gonna dig down a little column right here. Again, the rest of it we'll do like layer by layer, but for now I just want to see how effectively this will work. So we're gonna dig into a tunnel, I think. Oh no, that's just a nether cave. And then we keep on following it, making sure it's a direct tunnel up until we see what it looks like.
Happy New Year to my internet son. Disembodied head. Here is your allowance. May I suggest saving up to buy a body?
Honestly, if there was an option to be a head on a robot body, like I know that's like a Futurama like bit, like but like that would be such an ideal. I get so confused. Like, sometimes your body just, like, doesn't do a thing that your brain wants it to do. I guess, actually, you know, I'm going to reverse that one because, like, you know, my computer does things I don't want it to do all the time. Like, I was just about to start streaming a few minutes ago, and then everything just froze. It didn't crash. It didn't, like, oh, went back to the, you know, it didn't, like, do a blue screen or anything like that. Everything just stopped working correctly. Like, everything was open, and, like, Windows thought it was running, but it just wasn't, and it's like, huh. I wonder what happened here. I guess now I have to, like, hard reset myself, so I feel like I made the mistake. You know, don't even have the decency to crash on me, do you, Windows? Also, thank you, JG Bella, or Bulla. I said JG Bella last time. No, you are a baller, son. Also, I hope your 2021 is going well so far, too, says JK. Oh, sorry. I hope... JK says he hopes mine's going well. I hope yours is going well as well. I hope your well is going well as well. Well. That was a valid sentence, I'm pretty sure. Think about it. What a disrespectful computer. Right, like, at least your body, like, you know, it generally, like, one of my biggest pains in the world is when, like, my body doesn't want to do a thing. And it's like, no, my brain's like, do the thing, do the thing. I think a lot of joy can be had by, like, overcoming that, if such a thing is even real. Anyway, thank you very much, Mischievous. Also, Lolcat Yo. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the Cool Cat Club. You know, it's a very love-filled stream today, and I love the love-filledness of the streamedness. Thank you very much. Also, you ever just Apple gift card monies? I have never just Apple gift card monies, but you know what? Now that you say it, that's a good idea. Also, okay, you know, I need to get back up to the surface, but like, oh god, this is why this is why mining in the Nether is usually less fun. This, you know, I guess it's like a hazard that's there to make the game challenging. But like, my god, the number of times this leads to me almost dying, it's too many. Also, good to see you, Mischievous. We found out on the last stream that you're in the top 3 for ToyCat. How is that a good thing, or like in terms of I think on the Streamlabs page for tips? In fact, you probably know that it's on the page that you use. So how's your 2020 so far, ToyCat? Says Adorable Ho. 2021 so far. You know, goddamn, I'm so bad at dates. Like, I'm gonna say it's 2020 for so long because 2020 sounds so much smoother than 2021. What is 2021? Is that a dumb sequel? No, yeah, you know, like, everyone's always talking about how bad 2020 was. It's like, you know, this year is literally cool. 2020. You know, like, if there's a year that's gonna be bad, it's the one where it's literally getting to claim victory over everyone. But you know, let's not think about that one too much. Also, Jake Farmer, you are a good farmer, I believe, Jake, because if your name says farmer, you have to be a good one, right? You don't have to be a subpar farmer with a username like that. I'm pretty sure, at least. So, yeah, right. How much money would you take to convert your Bedrock world to Java and start playing Java? I honestly, I don't know. I would feel like that was like this is the thing. Like on a you know, logistical level, like, sure, you know, offer me that bag, and I'll take you. It'd have to be like a X amount per month or whatever, because I'd have to like switch up. You know, sure, okay, whatever. But I feel like, you know, like on terms of like doing it for YouTube, I'd feel just like a form of betrayal for people who are like, you know, I want to watch Bedrock videos that aren't weird men trying to trick my children into, you know, like I want videos that just teach me about the game rather than all the weirdness that comes along with Bedrock content because of how it's easy access to a lot of children viewers. Also, Bill Tube says, please provide your time machine. Also, Ned Aaron, happy 2,201 or 20,201. Yeah, I set the date to 2020, and then I figured, you know what? This is a mistake, huh? The only way to fix a mistake is to pretend it was an intentional mistake. This is a life pro tip. You can't make mistakes if you're deliberately doing things wrong. But if you do something deliberately wrong, you make a mistake. You can just claim that was what your plan was all along. You know, it's genius when you really think about it. So yeah, we're gonna dig like up to 8 blocks this way. Oh wait, and another 7 blocks each direction. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And hey, thank you, Bill Tube.
I think 2020 is
Wait,
over.
I got it wrong.
Jokes on everyone. 2020 was just the start of the 2020 decade.
Oh, thank God you got a sense of, you know, like the number of comments I get though, people are like, no, ToyCat, a decade starts, and it's like, no, I know your logic and I know it makes sense, but just because it's factually correct doesn't mean I'm buying into your craziness, internet friend. But yeah, thank you very much, Printer CMYK. You know, where does a name like that even come from? I genuinely, I genuinely question sometimes. I genuinely question. There's a lot of animosity in here, says Andrew Raid. Why is there a lot of animosity, do you reckon? Do you think people don't like the title? Do you think there are people who are like, you know what, I'm here for a first stream of 2021 and Toycat can't even work out what the date is? That's what it is. People just don't understand. Like, you know what, Toycat? Just look at a calendar. Just, you know, it's not like there are many numbers on a calendar. Okay, so this is the edge of that point, and now we just make the squares meet. It'll be easy. But yeah, I think it's a very crazy. I think the 2021 growth is you know, it's an opportunity in some ways. I think, you know, anytime something changes.
Third, today I learned. Have some more than.
Oh yeah, you did your You know, I was worried I was like beating a dead horse, like telling you information. A lot of people are like, hey Toycat, do you know a Minecraft update came out 3 days ago? And I'd be like, you know, I have a Minecraft channel and I've released many Minecraft updates. I'm very aware of videos, that is. I don't release the updates, just to clarify. It's like, you know, I am actually aware of this fact. Thank you for telling me anyway. I don't know, what's the correct response to people who tell you information that, like, they could have found out that you... Like, if they'd have checked any single thing about you, they would have found out you know. Are you meant to take that politely, or are you meant to be like, it's the internet, you could have... You know, what's the correct response? Also, thank you, Peacocking Fox. It's good to see you. But in 2021, am I right? Also, what's your opinion on the 2011 show, Lego Ninja Go? I don't have an opinion. I'm sorry. I've never heard of that show. Hey, Toycat, what's your... Oh, head. You know what? I am a head. If I go low enough, it looks like I'm not invisible. It looks like my head is just not floating. Which is what I want. That is all I need in the world. Okay, so now we want to go 7 blocks this way. So this is the first... This is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And we just gotta, oh god, we just gotta mine around all of this quartz, which is very annoyingly getting in the way. And we mine over to them. We make a kind of big square, and then we'll mine up to the ceiling and deal with it there. He's never heard of Ninja Go. I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, I don't know about a thing because I'm not in the media. But like, just like TV is just...
Toycat, you pronounced my name wrong, lol. It's pronounced Alejandro, or unless the bot pronounces it wrong, Alejandro.
Okay, you know, although it's Alejandro, you know, I deliberately said it wrong. I knew that, and now we're gonna go with Alejandro. No, I'm very sorry, Alejandro. Did I get that wrong? I feel like, you know, I can't be the guy who's like, you know, I know you said I got your name wrong, but I feel like I got your name right. But I feel like I said Alejandro, right? What did I say? You know, Alejandro Ali, thank you very much. If your name pronunciation being wrong upsets you, let me know and I won't do it, probably. Happy New Year's, Toycat. Hey, thank you for the Happy New Year's. Thank you for the tip train, but like as soon as the New Year starts, everyone's like, you know what I need to do? I need to let my boy Toycat know. And I love that. I am loving the love that I am seeing today. Oh god, we are on fire in the worst way possible. Yeah, this is the part about like being in the Nether that is just terrible. Like there was this phase in Minecraft where ghasts
is already ahead in 2020.
Oh god. There was this phase where ghasts would spawn so slowly you could kill them like once every month or so and they'd just be gone for a bit for some reason. I feel like this is an objectively worse version. Also, Toycat is already ahead in 2020. Wait, did I make a 2020 mistake again? I bet I did, you know. That's a thing. But yeah, I think... Also, look how much of the work the Ghast does for me. You know, the Ghasts are the true heroes here. The unsung heroes are the Ghasts doing all this work just to keep us safe. Anyway, so, also, I have to also be so careful. If this shulker box falls in a fire, all of the stuff inside of it will burn. Which makes no sense, if you ask me. Like, you know... If I have a bucket of lava in there, why is the... But whatever. Hey, I do still exist. Also, hi, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Oh, wait, wait, what is this message? It's good to see you, though, Oxymoron. I'm glad.
I still exist. Also, hi. Also, I kissed a girl and I liked Thai tea. Oh, wait,
oh, no, you like Thai tea.
Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, Oxymoron. Also, Mike T says, I've been watching your streams and, while I play Minecraft and enjoy the things you talk about, have a great 2021. Yeah, a surprising number of people, even like even the editor for the fourth channel, Harrison, is like, yeah, I play Minecraft while I watch him. It's real good. And it's really interesting to me because like I like that, and I feel like it's, you know, it's what I like to encourage. I'm always worried that like YouTube's gonna penalize it one day and we're gonna be screwed. But like, as far as one of the best ways to enjoy working on a project like this, like I like doing the talking bit. If you want to do the listening bit while you work on a big project, there we go. We've got ourselves a little zone to work on, huh? Okay, so this goes over to there, apparently. I want to make the chunk hole very clear, because in the Nether, the explosions make it really easy to like mess a thing up. So let's just keep following it along until we're good. And yeah, then we can get much more speed going on when we just like, oh yeah, just tear to the left, to the right. And then we can start filling shulker boxes. Super easy. But yeah, I'm glad you like the streams, Mike T. Also, what is your favorite color? Thank you, IVX, Real Dog. You know, I love that you're both Norwegian and you clearly get, you know, the Real Dog joke, the favorite color, when you know that's the worst question to ask a human being on the planet. Seriously, anyone who asks what's your favorite color, even though they're the sort of person who believes like deeply in astrology, like to the level where they're like, you know what? People who think that their favorite color is red are aggressive. People who say their favorite color is blue, sorts of people I like to be chill with. You know, okay, you know, I actually have been thinking about this a lot. Like, also, Dom Tresu, thank you for the 146, and hello, Cat Beanie, Slente Milhaf, and Happy New Year. Which is a, you know what, either a drunk person just hit their keyboard, or that's the Scots language. Or, I guess, because, like, based on where the Scots language is prevalent, it's theoretically both. But, no, Happy New Year, Cat. I hope things get wonderful there. Honestly, you know, I feel like I had this stance at the beginning of 2020, so I'm not going to claim that, like, this is objectively true. I think anyone who can claim a prediction about a year, less than 24 hours in... What is my opinion on sand? Wait, chat. Can we crowdsource my opinion on sand? Because I think it's, you know, I think it's coarse, and I think it's, you know, I think it's a little rough, and I think it gets everywhere. But what do you reckon, chat? What is my opinion on sand? Also, I didn't know Scottish had their own language. If I'm not mistaken, and I really hope I'm not. Again, I know that if I'm like being mistaken about, like, you know, Czechoslovakia, which, by the way, 2 countries, not 1. But being mistaken on another country, people are like, oh, it makes sense that you don't understand that. But when you're mistaken on your own country, people are like, oh, you're a filthy Brit, and you want to destroy our... Sand is bad. I love to eat sand. It tastes great. Sand is good, but gravel is the worst. There we go. Also, it's rough and coarse and gets everywhere, says the Ballistic Hen. Exactly. We've crowdsourced our opinion on sand. I think we did a good job. Should we just let the ghast destroy while we talk about sand, perhaps? That's my new plan. Also, it's possible to have your head in the middle of the screen. Okay, wait, let's do that. There we go. Oh god, this is so weird. Oh, what am I doing up here? Ah, I don't like this at all. This is uncomfortable. This is very bizarre. What do you reckon, chat? Is this how live streams should be done from now on? I don't know if I like it, but I feel like I don't know if I like this at all. I feel like something's gone horribly wrong. I can't tell you why it feels so strongly that way, but it definitely does. Oh yeah, don't like that at all. So now we want to get into the ceiling. So getting to the ceiling is actually going to be a bit of a struggle. I'm going to use scaffolding, I guess. Yeah, we'll use scaffolding from the corner, and then we'll like mine into it, I guess. So scaffolding goes here. It'll get destroyed by a ghast more than soon enough, and then we can move onwards from there. I'm reminded of the Teletubbies. I am in fact the sun in Tinky Winky. You're basically a ghast. Wow, so rude. Oh, I thought I was at the top.
Offended by mispronunciation of my name, lol. It's a pretty long and hard Mexican name.
See, my I have actually heard Alejandro before. Well, actually, my I had one of my I'd say it was my friend. He was like a good guy. One of my friends was called Alessandro. Like he was a guy. I don't know if that's clear by the use of the is it a pronoun? You know, I don't like the word pronoun. You know, the word pronoun's like, oh, you say that word, someone's gonna be thinking about, you know, like why did grammar get turned into a thing? But like he as you can tell from the fact that the word that came before him that describes his state of being was a he, you might guess that Alessandro. And it's like, you know, Where's that name come from? Because he wasn't Spanish in any way. He was like maybe Italian, if anything. Also, Toy Cat tax season is coming in hot. I guess everyone's filing their tax returns. You know, I guess that makes sense. Everyone's got to pay their Toy Cat tax. The year's just come up. I don't know if this is true in America, but in the UK, the deadline for tax payments is actually or like there's 2 deadlines a year if you pay your own tax. It's like January and July. So like I guess, you know what, a lot of self-employed taxpayers in the Toy Cat Nation here. But let me just assure you, for anyone out there like, oh, I might, oh, also it's all gonna fall into that hole. I'm gonna lose a lot of Nevrac that I don't need to lose, but that's fine. You know, such is life. Am I right? So let's put this one down. Place all of our Nevrac back in there. We have managed to fill a box already, which I do have to say. That's, given how slow we've been and how much Nevrac we haven't picked up, that shows just how fast, Nevrac is to fill as a block compared to other things. It's the equivalent name. Oh, is it really just the Italian version of the name? Because I guess Romance languages share names. Man, I was assume, no, the lava's gonna pour all over the stuff. Okay, you know, that lava's gonna take a long time to get rid of. But first I need to make, okay, the lava's coming for me. I just want to get all the Nevrac. I don't want it to burn. Okay, we're good. This is probably not going to kill me now. And it's not going to kill any... Oh, it's going to get some Nevrac. That's fine. You know what? How bad will this be? Let's find out. I wish there was a lava sponge. I would pay good Minecraft money for a lava sponge to avoid situations like this. You know? That's what I'm saying. Also, yeah, I've been set on fire so many times today. You know, the cool thing about Netherite armor, I don't think this is how Minecraft armor should work, like, either in principle or in, like, how they wanted it to. But the way it does work is you just, like, any damage you take, even, like, fire and full damage, no, not full damage, everything but full damage, actually. It'll be reduced even though it doesn't make sense to. Also, what does the IBX in your name stand for? It stands for 10. It doesn't actually stand for anything. Just like me, it does not stand for anything. It's just, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, how bad can I be? I don't know, I don't get your references, but I agree, exactly. I guess the X in Mexico is also a H sound. Mexico. Actually, yeah, you know, one of the crazy things about languages is how many languages have another H sound. Like, in Swedish, it's the... No, wait, I'm dumb. Am I dumb? Yeah, I am dumb. Never mind. I was literally thinking of Spanish, and I got it mixed up with Swedish. Where I was like, oh yeah, the J and the H. Like Mojang is actually Mojang, but that's not the same thing at all. That's just an entirely coincidental mess up I made. Rotate your head like 15 degrees. So this is where my chat is. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you chat, or I'm looking at people like Killer Moth giving $2 for K, or Seth Muller, which, by the way, thank you very much for the tips. Or Eliana, indeed. If I'm looking at you, I'm looking over here. If I'm looking at the game, I'm looking over here. I think personally, there's like a... I can just move my webcam, but I actually kind of like it off to the side, because it's clear where my attention is. Maybe that's a bad thing. Like, a lot of streamers do it, so either they're all very dumb and they don't know how to not, or there's something smart to it. You know, that's one of my favorite things about any high-level field. And this includes the one that I literally, you know, like I am a YouTuber. I have just over 1 million subscribers. Can I be proud of that? Depends on who you ask, I guess. Also, I feel like my scaffolding is going to break. Yeah, it's going to get slowly burnt as it... Oh, God. Well, there goes my scaffolding. Didn't want it anyway, am I right? But, oh, God. So I'm a YouTuber. I'd like to believe I'm at least... let's say I'm proficient in it, in the sense that I am, I have a semi-large channel. So, but like, oh, Lord. Yeah, there's a lot of lava hiding around here. But even like looking at YouTube, every year I have to reevaluate, like, how do videos go big? Are these people doing this thing because it helps them? Or is it just, like, an example is so many YouTubers use a microphone, the Blue Yeti or the Blue Snowball. The Blue Snowball is an absolutely garbage microphone. The Blue Yeti is not the best out there. It's just relatively okay and not horrifically expensive. Like, there are cheaper mics, there are better mics, there are cheaper better mics, there are better there are better mics, you know, like it's not a particularly great option, but because so many YouTubers recommend it, because it's like it's what I use, and then like it becomes a famous thing. What's your opinion on pickles, Mr. Head? Should I put on some clothing of some form? Ah, never mind. Let's not. Yeah, F for the scaffolding. I agree. You know, scaffolding, you will be missed. Oh, it's literally all gone. It is legitimately just no longer there. That's nice. But yeah, it's hard to look at people in successful fields because especially like the more niche a field you look at, the fewer people are doing the thing. Like if you want to be a prime minister, how many people have been president if you live in I guess Mexico, but also the United States. You know, I feel like the world in terms of population is semi-evenly split between president or prime minister. Oh, that's a fun second channel question. But anyway, so you know, you're head of state. If you want to be one of those one day, which by the way, worst goal. If that's your goal, I would recommend undoing it. See there. Aha! I didn't have to let that destroy anything because I saw it before it came. But yeah, if that's your goal, probably a bad goal. But if you want to be one, there's like how many? Like every decade you get like 2 or 3, depending on your thing. Some decades you get 1. Like sometimes you look at them, you're like, do they do that because it's successful, or is that just who they are? And it's sometimes really hard to distinguish the two things. Like, what is a successful idea versus what is just a thing that they happen to do that seems to correlate with that. And so one of the things, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like again, I like to share my stuff. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's more fun to leave the business side of YouTube. But like, I think the whole like, how do you do the things that you want to do? How do the things that you like to see get done? Like, you know, people say you don't want to see the sausage being made. I want to see the sausage being made in most industries, at least. I guess I don't want to see sausages being made because, like, you know, I like sometimes you like pretend and believe, like, you know what? Oh, this that. But like, a lot of the time it's like I want to know how this happens. I want to see what your thing is like. I think if we're all more transparent about like, okay, I think everyone's more transparent about how they do what they do, how they got into doing what they're doing, then people can do more. You know, like if you realize because of a thing I say that like, oh yeah, YouTube's really cool, you want to start one. Awesome. If you realize because of what a thing I say, oh, I always wanted to start my channel, but you make it sound awful. Like that is a win either way, in my opinion. If you become more informed about a thing, especially a thing that you might end up spending a substantial portion of your life on, that's, to me, that is a absolute win. Also, I keep not removing this whole source. There we go. But yeah, sausage making really is interesting, says Copa Costello. I should go to a sausage factory. That's what we're learning from this. Let's go on a group live stream to a sausage factory. I feel like that would definitely not go terribly. But like, yes, I'm always interested in how things work. And one of the things I'm interested in is like, you know what? YouTube videos. Like the one person everyone looks at is obviously like, you know, the one person in 2020 at least is like, oh yeah, it's like anyone who's associated in any way with Dream. It's like, ooh, what are they doing? How are they doing it? They're doing something successfully. And then you get like replicas, like, you know, content, but like it's faster in some way, but it's kind of worse. Or like, you know, you get like little variants of a thing. And a lot of those variants are only successful as long as the original thing is successful. Because, you know, they didn't understand that the thing that was successful is not the idea of like, oh yeah, it's not the concept of like, I don't know, what's a Dream video, like speedrunning while people come after you. It's the idea of like having some fun interaction while also showing off some speedrunning. You know, like there's a lot of things that come together to make something interesting. And if you see one and assume that's the only thing, like, oh yeah, why does anyone? Also, thank you very much for the tip, my friend Murkies. You know, actually, you know what, Murkies, you just gave me £1.15. Nice tip amount, by the way. You know what made you want to give the £1.15? It was probably more than one factor. You might be thinking about one factor. You might be like, oh yeah, I just want to see my name on screen, so I could say hi. I just got a kitten. His name is Botro. Hello, Roswell. I would love to see pictures of them. Please send them to me. I love little kittens. I'll show my girlfriend as well. She'll love them more. It'll be great, Murkies. But I also first drink water of 2021. How was your New Year's party? I'd like obviously, like, you know, it's the year 2020/2021. But before 2021, everything was dangerous because, like, oh, had such a bad year because of the virus. But, like, it's 2021 now. Virus is gone, so I've been coughing on all my friends non-stop. It's been great. You know, at first I thought, wait a minute. The thing that made the year bad isn't going to go away just because the year changed. That doesn't make any sense. And then I realized, you know what? I'm being a square. I'm holding back the party. Of course it's 2020 that's the problem. You know, have you seen the 0 in the middle of 2020? It looks really suspicious if you ask me. And so yeah, we've been having a great time. I'm looking forward to going to a restaurant. I'm looking forward to you know, like going for a good sneeze at the public park on some strangers. You know, something I also built Tube to become a big YouTuber. All you need is connections of PewDiePie or Mr. Beast. I don't know if that's true, BuildTube. I think to this day, this is one of the things. Also, JK was tripping on psychology. I think psychology is the most interesting field to study because like humans work in bizarre ways, and a lot of people just brush it off as like, oh yeah, that's how it is. But it's like, but why are they that way? Why? Oh no, we're gonna lose a lot of network again. Yep. Oh no. Gonna lose a lot of network now. But yeah, the field of how humans are the way they are. It's like one of my favorite things to like do surface level research into. Probably boring to get a whole degree in or something. And you know that I think most psychologists end up like working in marketing because it's the, you know, like marketing has become like a psychology field, I'd say, more than anything else, but that's the whole thing. Also, second drink water of 2021. Thank you, Jack Cup. But yeah, so one of the common things I hear is like the only way to become a big YouTuber is to get a shout out from an existing big one. And like honestly, before I started YouTube, I had a feeling about that, like, oh, all I need is for someone else to like give me that recognition, you know, and then it will snowball from there. Because even though on YouTube everyone kind of knows that channels grow and then they grow a little bit and a little bit, it's like, how do you grow from 10 subscribers to 15 to 20 if you don't have 10? How do you grow from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 to 1,000,000 if you can't get 1,000? How are you going to get those first subscribers? It's the big struggle on YouTube that people have when they first get into it. And the answer is, you know, well, there isn't an easy answer actually. But I think a shout out actually hurts your channel more than it helps it, because you effectively have subscribers who are, you know, you want to have as many people on your channel who like your channel more than they like any other channel, or like it at the very top tier. Not people who subscribe because they're like, oh, this person said subscribe and I guess I'm not doing anything else today. You know, like, you don't want people who are subscribing just to see a number go, you know, like there's a few bizarre cases where, like, you know, it sounds like you're giving someone the best help of their life, but really you're giving them a boost. But it's kind of like you know, in games where it's like, oh, you get a 10% boost to production, but for the rest of the game your production goes down 10% or something. It's like you get 1,000 subscribers, but now getting subscribers for the rest of your life is going to be slightly harder. Like, you're never going to be able to gain them organically. You're going to be chasing another shout out, and because, you know, it's teaching people the wrong end of things. It's like, oh yeah, how do you go on YouTube? You get the shout out, and then people get in there. Then the way you make successful content is not by finding new people, it's by appealing to those people who barely like you in the first place. It's like the difference between, it's like, also, Lizzie, yes, what are your favorite snacks from the various countries you visited? My favorite snack, so my favorite thing that I bring back from America every time is Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers. They're like, I hate peanut butter, but like, they're so good. They get stuck in your teeth and everyone finds that gross, but I love that. You got like little peanut butter grossness in your teeth. Big fan of that one, I'd say. I really love rainbow ice, or like shaved ice, I think it is. I guess actually, I tried it first in Singapore, but it's some form of an Asian thing. I couldn't tell you where about in Asia it's like originally from, and it's so good. I got so drunk last night. I have no memory between 1 to 5 a.m. I even forgot I threw up. Yeah, I had a really bad 2020 for that. Fortunately, one of the worst stories that like everyone remembers is like, at one point, like, I don't know, like, so I ordered some pizzas, and then, like, everyone goes in, gets, like, a slice or two or whatever, and, so one of the things is, like, after the pizzas get there, etc., you know, I go to answer the door, and then when I come back, I'm like, man, someone just ate, like, one bite of pizza and then put it, like, why would you do that, you know, like, what, and, like, I went on, like, a huge tirade, like, semi-jokingly, but also, I guess I was not so sober, and it was like semi, toy cat fake aggressiveness. You know how it is. And then it like turned out it was me. And it's like, oh yeah. And then there's a lot of like just not being there. I think I missed the New Year's countdown last year. It was crazy this year. It was like the least climactic New Year event, like New Year countdown I've ever seen. Where we're just like, oh, it's the New Year now. Guess we gotta go text some people. Which, by the way, worst part of the New Year is everyone having to be like, oh, gotta send texts out. And like, I guess it's oh, we're not picking up blocks. We should probably be doing that. Oh, goddamn. But yeah, it was a very unnotable end to mine. It went by so fast this year. Yeah, I feel like there definitely is a link between the size of a crowd and how enthusiastic you all are about a thing. Like, that's how concerts work, right? You're just listening to music. It's literally...
Happy New Year, Toy Cat. Let's make it a better one. Thanks for being one of the good ones.
Thank you so much, the Fusion Warrior. I hope we make this a good year. You know, if 2021 isn't good, let's just all agree. Suicide pact right now. Me, you, everyone in between. But no, I also want to say to Trent Tech, Toy Cat, what are your New Year's resolutions? I have a few of them. I decided to like talk about them at length in a Let's Play, because I know, I find Let's Plays to be a cathartic place to... Is cathartic the right word? I don't know. Don't care. You know? But, basically, I want to do things more efficiently, and that include, like, there's a lot of things I've realized from this year, by accident, that I want to, like, take forward into future years. I think my most controversial one is, like, realizing you've got to do things while you can. Like, one of the things we all look back on super foolishly now is, like, oh yeah, I remember how in the summer everyone was like, oh yeah, but we should still be, like, you know, like, do you think there's a link between, if there is a link between the severity of something and how much you should do the thing, we should have been 1/50th or so less cautious over the summer than we were right here, right now, you know? Right, you get what I'm saying? Like, basically, but like we weren't. Now it's gone the other way around, like the risk has gone higher and people have gone less cautious. The gap between where we are now and, like, utter catastrophe and et cetera, is getting as high as it has ever been. But, and yeah, I want to, like, rather than trying to think about, trying to be like, if it's not like, this is the mistake I made so many times, of being like, if it's not, like, a lot of people make this, and I'm really good at not, but I made it this year of, like, oh yeah, unless it's absolutely safe, you gotta watch out. But it's like, you know, if even during, like, our biggest pandemic, like, most borders shut, but we learned, like, there are repatriation flights, and, like, okay, worst case, you're stuck in some quarantine facility. They look fun. It looks like an adventure to be stuck in a quarantine facility somewhere. So, like, you know, I've realized, like, you know what? Rather than letting that get in the way, let's do more, like, fun things. Do more fun is the... like, do more efficient, really, I guess, is the goal for 2020. Why did it say 2019 stream? Oh, that's because we were streaming in 2019. So silly. One of the things. Also, by the way, thank you for the huge tip train that we started this stream with. Like we've slowly rolled down. Also, I didn't even catch that, like, Alejandro was, like, cleverly, like, someone take it. You know, I missed your humor, Alejandro, but I'm appreciating you now if you're still around. Yearly themes versus New Year resolutions, says Mr. Yost. I see you are a CGP grey viewer from the statement you just said. I definitely agree with that on some level. That, like, I think directions are better than goals, but directions need to have some amount of goal to be meaningful. Like, if I say I want to upload more videos, or let's just say this is, you know, the year of financial security or safety or something, right? So we're going to 58 over here, I think. Actually, yeah. I'm going to just look down and see if it, like, lines up with the blocks down there. And if it does, we're good. Oh, it does. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. But, I think, like, you know, like, it's so easy to, like, I see so many people just say, like, this is the year I get in shape. But without a specific goal, that means nothing. That just means, oh, yep, I would like to be more in shape. I'm not willing to do the steps, but, you know, you get it. Also, yeah, mind that wet meat, I agree. Also, Lee Moore, thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club. You know, now you got some 2021 membership styles, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, I'm going to say this, and obviously, like, anytime a YouTuber says something like this, they kind of explicitly are talking about themselves. But, I don't want to say that, like, January is always a rough year for a lot of channels. Because of, like, the ad revenue drop. And, like, depending on the channel, it can be rougher this year than previous years. So, like, having direct support in the form of memberships is something, like, I don't know a single person who doesn't appreciate in some way. So, to you, Lee Moore, to all of the other new members today, I want to say thank you. Welcome to the club. Oh, also, wait. Oh, this is really, really, really crucial. Huge little update. So, the IBX Toycat Long Boy, this thing. Look how long he is. He is long and he is boy. The Long Boy is the cutest little project that I've ever worked on. Look at him. Look how adorable this thing is. And you might be thinking like, not on sale anymore. No, on sale for an hour and 29 more minutes. Literally, an hour and 28 minutes. It just ticked down. You have an hour and 28 minutes if you want to get yourself a Long Boy. And boy, do you want to get yourself a Long Boy. This is like my last opportunity to tell you, if you want to get one as a gift for a friend, for yourself, let's be honest, the person who deserve a gift the most is you. Then you need to get yourself the Long Boy. If you never heard of it, link in the description. It's still 20% off. I can't be sure about why the deal has lasted the entire thing. But like, this is the cheapest Long Boy you can get. This not only is it a pretty good value in terms of length, but at 20% off, why would you not want it? So yeah, makeshift.com. It's in the description. An hour and 28 minutes. It's scary. It's scary. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to, this is your last opportunity and then it's off sale forever. We're never gonna repeat it because I don't want to be the YouTuber who's like, oh, it's limited time, but then it comes back. And the whole point of Makeshift is they like make them by batch. That's how they can do them for. That's how they can do such unique designs at such, at least relatively, affordable prices. I think they're a cool company. I like working with them. And as a result, just know, it's a limited batch, but not one of those fake limited batches. It literally is a thing that once they are sold, well, in an hour and 27 minutes, you will no longer be able to buy them. I'm gonna buy 5 extra for myself and maybe give them out at like conventions or something in the 2023 year when finally meeting up in person is not seen as spreading the plague anymore. You could argue that it is spreading the plague, depending on your definition of plague. But like the point is the whole thing. Is it really 20% off if it's never sold at the full price as 9 squared 81? Yeah, because every other they make a lot of them, and every other Long Boy is gonna cost the full price. Although I don't know how successful they'll say. I don't know if they'll even continue the Long Boy because like the other one failed and like yeah, we'll see for sure. But yeah, it's like because it's the second Long Boy ever, they gave a discount, but the product is designed to cost more. It will cost they're gonna make some amount less than what they are hoping, or maybe even a loss. Who knows their business model? What is your goal for 2021 in terms of YouTube? Oh, 2 million subscribers is the one. If there's like one simple goal to put it at, because if I hit, okay, I just want to be simple. If I hit 2 million subscribers, I can not think about subscribers for a while, because like it's one of the most meaningless metrics that people use to define so much about you. I would love to hit 2 million subscribers, and more realistically, I'd like to find people who actually want to subscribe, because just having the number would be nice. But I want to have like 2 million people who like actively want to see the videos they see on their homepage, that hopefully include mine. That's like my big, simple goal for 2021. I'm also one of the things I'm like looking to buy a house this year. It's gonna be a big thing. I'm going to. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird year. And hopefully a good one. I can't wait for my lovely Long Boy to arrive. I generally like once they've all come in, the orders, they can work out when they're shipping. They say there's a date on the page that's the latest date, like it's March something I think. But I wonder when they actually. I can't wait till everyone gets them. In the UK they say H. In Canada we say H. I've heard both here. In fact, here's a crazy one. On the island of Ireland, they can use it to detect whether you're Catholic or Protestant. They're like, hey, if so they make you sing the alphabet, and like depending on how you say H, they're like, you are good or you are bad. As we all know, the way it's like that one of the things I've always thought about astrology, because astrology seems so dumb on the surface, right? Like, oh, that's such a Caprio thing to say, Toycat. And because like to anyone else, it's like the stars that were in the sky don't affect your personality. How how could they? It seems like something that no one should be able to follow. I think I'm a little bit more... Like, I wanted to dive into more than that, because it's like, everyone hates the idea of... everyone agrees that, like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, some magical things outside of your body control everything about you. Also, you're doing Secret Santa tomorrow, and for my person, I got a terrible cow, much with others. A terrible... Your person was a terrible cow? What is that message? I missed that, but I am so confused, Iveta. Thank you for the tip, though, and thank you for doing it via Streamlabs. Where is a reminder? The creator gets 100%. Like, again, if for any other YouTuber, but like, hey, your boy Toycat's here right now. If you tip via Streamlabs, the link in the description, 100% of it goes to you, boy. Who doesn't love to mention that? Yeah, it's 2021, I'm plugging, like, hard. Because, I sometimes feel bad about it, but I think it's important to say, in a year like this, we need more plugin, not less. Astrology is so flipping dumb. See, it seems so flipping dumb. And the embodiment of it is, but in the same way, like, if you're not a religious person, looking into, like, oh, so there was a man from a few thousand years ago that saw a sky creature, and that sky creature gets to dictate everything about how we live our lives. Yep, okay, sounds good. Like, like if you, from the outside of a lot of things like that, they seem very dumb. Even like, like political beliefs you don't align with, like, seem real. It's like, so they want to kill the poor? Or they want to make, like, they want all men to be women and all men to, like, you can look at any belief and you can probably, like, dumb it down from the outside and take the dumbest bits, etc. And, I'm not going to deny there aren't dumb bits to astrology. But the thing about it that the one thing I find interesting, that the appeal I see in it, at least, because it's the sort of person, it's an interesting overlap. Like, you don't see many people, there's a particular type of person who is drawn to astrology. And I wonder if part of it is, like, there's like, two prevailing worldviews. One is, like, we are all born equal, and one is that we are all born very much not equal by our circumstances. And if you say you're all born equal, which, like, it's the ideal, right? It would be nice if we were all born equal, everyone can agree on. But then the question is, like, okay, if we just all believe it enough, does it become true? If we say we were all born equal, if we say there are no more differences between all of us, can we make them go away? And the answer is eventually yes. You need a lot of power, you need a lot of convincing, a lot of etc. But, like, then we are all in a situation where there are no differences between us. It's just the things that we learn. And, like, that's, if you look at a lot of, like, in America, they're called progressive. I hate the term progressive because it implies there's, like, an ideology called, like, regression, where it's like, we want to go backwards. Actually, I think the 1600s were pretty good. Why aren't more people dying of cholera, for God's sake? Like, again, you can criticize any belief if you're not already big on board with it. But, like, astrology finds this, like, niche of people who want to believe that something about, maybe not their birth circumstances, but, like, something about everyone's birth circumstances makes you special. And I think that's true, that, like, if you are born to really aggressive parents, there's, like, 50-50, you're going to have, like, some aggression problems. You might be too aggressive, you might be like, you might be really bad at dealing with confrontations. Also, that is a chunky chunk. Also, paint your face green next stream. I wonder if I do paint my face green, if it'll, Wait, I've got a green straw here. Oh, the straw is entirely visible. That's sad. Life is a tragedy. So, Cat, paint your face green next stream. Oh, wait, what did I miss then? How many times did you die in your Let's Play World? I wish there was a statistic that tracked that. One of the things Bedrock is lacking is, like, good statistics outside of achievements. I would love to know how many times I've died in this Let's Play World. I guess it's in the dozens, but not very high in there. But, well, there's the Amish. Some are, see, right? And so, from the outside in, being Amish looks insane. It's like, what if we lived without all the modern things that we all have because they make our lives better? What if we just didn't? We are all equal, you, me, and the dude there born with one leg. See, right, there's a key distinction. Like, his life, as a result, is going to require a lot more outside help than anyone else's. Like, his whole dynamic, his whole relationship with the world is going to have to change because he has one leg. Even the most similar things, like, like I was saying, like, if your parents are like, super aggressive all the time, you're going to have aggression problems. If you're If your parents have money problems, you're gonna have at best, you know, a bad relationship with money, and at worst, you're gonna have serious money problems your whole life too, because you don't learn the key skills that, you know, obviously are required if you know, like it's gonna give you problems, is what I'm trying to say right here. And also your pickaxe. You know, so many people get like upset about pickaxes at this amount. Do you know how many more uses I can get from this pickaxe? Like hundreds more. Like I'd say even probably probably about 1,000. Like it's 1,600 with pickaxe. Unbreaking's about ×4. Yeah, I'd say I've got over 1,000 uses left of this pickaxe. And a reminder, if you're repairing your pickaxes at this point, something's wrong with you. You know, something's wrong with you, not me. Yeah, I think it's interesting because there's a type of, like, one of the things astrology picks up is something we don't often think about, which is there is one of the differences between us, you know, one of the key things that divides us at birth. It's not that, like, oh, these stars were in the sky and therefore X, Y, Z, but there is a distinct difference depending on when you were born in the year, you know, your star sign, because it's partially kind of human driven. Like, we define years, you know, in terms of children and in terms of schooling, etc., as going September to September. I would love to know the reason why. Like, I'm assuming it's something to do with, like, oh, we have, you know, people used to be farmers and therefore they had to come home for the summer and then they could go back to school in September. That's what I've heard, but I don't know if I believe that. But we've been playing on the same World of X for 7 years. I started the World of X structures and so have never visited the stronghold or the end. Whoa, that is hardcore, John. That is hardcore right there. Do you prefer it that way or do you regret that? You know, I have more follow-up questions. You know, when someone tells me something interesting enough, I'm like, oh, but I need to know more. You can't just give me, you can't tease me like that, John. By the way, fake name. Love your fake name. But yeah, like if you're born in September, you are going to be older than your peers. I was born in July and I have friends born in August. You are younger than your peers. It doesn't make any sense because, like, your peers should be defined by your age group towards you. You know, in an ideal world, you have people older than you, younger than you. August to August in Scotland. Huh, interesting. I guess because your, like, seasons are different. But, like, it should be January to January. If we're going to have a year, we should use the year for everything. If the year's not good, let's just redefine, you know, okay. Let's not. Let's agree with the orthodoxy that, like, the year starts in September. You're not sure. And so as a result, if you're born in September, you have a full, like, 11 months over someone born in August. Like, this is something you even realize when you're in school. And if I'm not mistaken, as a result, to the counter of that, my parents did this. I don't know if this is common, but, like, I've heard it's a thing in the UK. You try to have your children in August, I guess it would be, because then you can send them to school earlier. Like, if you think about it, if school starts at 4 years old, but in September, if you're 4 in September, you go. If you've just turned 4 in August, you go to school with someone who is turning 5 on September the 2nd. So they're a full 25% older than you. And in terms of, like, being a parent, that means you spend 25%. Also, a lot of schools start in September, have the 3rd week off for Harvest Week for the farms. There's no way anyone's leaving school being like, all right, fellas, I'll go off to me farm now, and I'll see you when I come back from that. You know, that's not canon. It's been a long time since that was a substantial portion of people, right? Am I right or am I right? Tell me I'm right or that I'm right. You know, either one will do. But you know, we do September to September, and it means that there's, like, again, like, why is it that you can send your child to school aged 4 or aged 5, basically, just depending on, because, you know, you have to have some color point. Like, there's no better way of doing things. It's not easy as, like, ooh, just this. But it means then if you send your child to school aged 4, he will always be smaller, less developed, etc. than his, you know, there's like a gap they have to overcome. Whereas if you send someone to school and born in September, they'll always have a natural size. Like, even a 10-year-old over a 9-year-old is 10%, yeah, 11% actually older. You know, an 11-year-old over a 10-year-old, 10% older, bigger, stronger, smarter. Probably not smarter, honestly. Astrology helps us to improve and become people better humans. Has a lot of psychology in it. More in my previous tip. Oh, did I miss it? Also, I think people who believe in astrology don't believe the stars control everything in our lives. It's a psychological tool for self-improvement. No, I think you really do get a. I think you really get, like, a. You know, because I agree. Like, I found the whole, like, oh, yeah, there's a psychological side of it. And most people who follow astrology are really into, like, oh, yeah, like, I think most people understand that, like, oh, yeah, just the time you're born in the year has that impact on you. I was born in November, but I went to school when I was 3. Jesus, the Netherlands is weird, Leanne. You always remind me of that. Also, I'm gonna find something to put on. You know, I'll just be a spoon. Wait, okay, I'm gonna not be green. Okay, don't worry, I got a new shirt here. Oh look, this shirt's invisible as. Am I entirely invisible? I actually don't know. Isn't this cool? Like, it looks like an invisibility yacht because of the semi-transparency of it. Okay, one sec. I've got this one jacket I always wear, so I can be, like, semi-transparent still. There we go. We're good. So, how's your evening going, chat? Have things changed? I hope things have changed. I hear there's a new year now, huh? New year, new me. Is not how that works either. But, like, there are some people who actually are just off the whole, like, yep, stars. Like it's like the whole, like, some people use, you know, the man in the sky as justification to do terrible things to people. And some people use man in the sky as like, oh, well, obviously that's the mythology around it, but the core tenets, the idea of, like, you know, looking after those around you. You know, like, what, you know, when people think of things they don't like when you think of astrology, if you don't like it, you think of the people who are crazy, you know, the crazy monsters who are like, I think, you know, you were born under this star sign and therefore you're basically, you know, like, Leos, am I right? No, wait, Caprios. That's how I got DiCaprio. You know, whatever, you know, not good with things. Also, I had a lovely walk with the kids this morning. It's been good so far. 10 out of 10. Not screwed up yet. Oh, just you wait. No, I'm just kidding. I think that my plan is to make 2021 good. You know, everyone's always like, oh, is this year gonna be good or bad? You know what? I'm gonna be the master of my own destiny. I'm learning to drive. Actually, wait. Chat. I'm gonna ask you some British. Like, you are my support group in terms of British people, even though I know not all of you are British. So, if you're not British, please sit this next one out for a second. Most people who believe in astrology have daddy issues, says Braden Smoker. That's an interesting way to line that one up. So I live in the UK, and I'm learning to drive over the next couple weeks. That might change. They might get more illegal. Who knows for sure? I'm betting a lot on a lot of chances right now because, you know.
Buy yourself some Bobucks.
I will buy some Bobucks. Thank you, Tuesday Kid. Anyway, so very, very good. Toy Cat's gonna single-handedly make 2021 better for the entire world. Just you wait and see what we've got planned, huh? Scottish, but you know what? I don't know actually if you have the same driving test qualifications in Scotland, but if that's true, you know, anyone who lives in the same area, in an area that uses a UK driving test, Canada, America, Scotland. It's actually a pretty fitting comparison in terms of a lot of things. Like, you know, I would love to do a whole comparison of Canada and Scotland, huh? So anyway, I'm doing a theory test on the 6th, and I've done zero preparation whatsoever. My theory, if you will, you know, my theory about this test is that I can just the day before, on the 5th, actually, wait, did I just tell, you know, is there any downsides on the internet when I'm doing a test? There's probably not. So I'm doing a test soon, and I want to know, like, Quebec, Canada, Scotland. I like that. Quebec, Canada, Scotland. Can I really, okay, theory test is easy. Like, because some people I speak to are like, yeah, you need to spend a bit of time. I remember my aunt had a bunch of books. When I was younger, I used to just read, I read every single book on my grandparents' bookshelf, and it included like a theory test book that my aunt, who learned to drive semi-recently, I guess, had gone through. And I found them interesting. And I was like, huh, so this is that. That's, like, I remember very few details in the book. I remember the most interesting one is, like, did you know that gears, like, the first gear in a car is actually the most powerful? You assume it's the last gear in a car, but the first gear has the most power because it has to get the car from 0 to whatever, something about torque. I failed the free test 3 times since I left school. I have no motivation to learn things. Oh wait, can you learn? Can you? I was gonna say, can you learn to drive? Do you have a driving license, Harrison? Theory test is not easy. See, everyone said it was easy, and then I started being like, okay, I'm glad chat agrees, and everyone's like, it's not easy now. You should know the highway code. You know what? I don't think it should be a code. I think it should. You get me? I'm funny. I'm funny. Okay, so it's really intensive. Haven't got around to taking it. Oops. Yeah, I have no desire to have a car. Like, I don't need one where I live. I'm lucky in that way. AS 221, also known as 2019. I mean, in terms of so many metrics, like, depending on the metric, we've gone back in time several years. Like, the global economy is like 5 or 6 years setback. You know, like our globalization is like a good couple decades back. Like, a lot of the things we spent like years working on got like reset in an instant. It's always interesting to see because like every year there is something that is seen as like a tragic disaster that's gonna like really set back society. And like most of the time it doesn't happen. And I've always wondered what % of the time does it not happen because people spend a lot of effort making it not happen? And what % of the time is it just fear-mongering, you know? Like, it's really easy to tell people terrifying things about the world. Oh, wait, chat, let's tell you terrifying things about the world. So, first of all, allow me to tell you... One of the things I'm always fearing is, like, we are very, very... not very, very close, but, like... so, currency has been backed by nothing since 1965. It was a Nixon policy to move off the gold standard. And until that point, every country had backed their currency to the US dollar. So every currency used to be worth an amount of gold until 1965, 1967, like 50-something years ago. And now money is worth whatever the government said it's worth. Get the DVLA app for theory tests, and hey, that's a good idea. And for hazard perception. So I've got another question. I'm going to learn to drive like a car without doing the theory test. Is that like okay? Or am I going to get in some trouble for that? Like, because it says that you can, but like, is it normal to? That's my last question. Got Longcat last night, and now I've got both the plushies. You have 2. See, here's the cool thing. Because only like 600 of the original sold, 600 of this sold, presumably it's not a perfect overlap. But as a result of the fact that those 2 items are both limited, you are one of very, very few people to have both a Longcat and a Toy Cat plush. So, you can start learning Stride before you do your test. I hope so, at least. I hope so. The place I was looking at had like 40 instructors, and it's like, are there really 40 people learning to drive at any given day? I know, I just find it bizarre. 651. Oh, we saw. Oh, you mean if the first one? I thought that's how many we hit for this, and I was like, whoa. Wait, we might hit 651 for the long boy. That'd be a cool coincidence if so. But yeah, if you have both of them, you've got like a little fun thing that is very, very rare. There'll be no traffic with automated cars, says Ilyas Lawson. Oh yeah, traffic would be a thing of the past if you had automated cars. Traffic lights only need to exist because humans have, like, it's that whole thing where like if the person in front of you brakes, you brake like a disproportionate amount because you're very scared of crashes. So the person behind you has to brake a disproportionate amount. Are you doing manual or automatic, says Cat Beanie? I wanted to do automatic because, especially like Americans, right? Like most of the time I'd be renting a car, it would be in America because that's the country you need to drive in, with like very little exception. And so I was just going to do an automatic test, but it was going to cost me more money and be more restrictive. And presumably at some point I'd want to drive a manual car, but it wouldn't be. Because like, you know, I think really high-end vehicles are manual for the most part. That's what I think. I could be wrong. You know, I think many dumb things, don't I? I think that astrology isn't terrible. But humans need to cross roads, says Jack Cuff. That's a good point, I guess, actually. I wonder if you could, like... If you had cars that knew exactly how long they had to... Also in Canada, you're not allowed to drive it all without the theory test. Interesting. Yeah, that's how it is in America too. Like the way I got my provisional license 5 years ago by just applying for it. Like I have a thing that looks like a driving license, but it's my provisional license, so I can only drive if someone is like qualified to drive in the car with me. So it's like a learning license is the simplest way to put it. But like yeah, you have to do a lot of testing before you can do that in some countries. I prefer automatic. Yeah, no, I think there's not like every car I want to drive is going to be electric because like I think I want my car to be cool in terms of like technology. I don't want it to be, you know, like gasoline, like, ooh, I want to have explosions in my engine, power my wheels. Who wants that? No one wants that. Not your boy Toy Cat, that's for sure. So, also, do you have any hidden/lost children, says Trent Tech. Controversial take here. I would love it if I had hidden lost children. Like, I know for a fact I don't. Like, I think it's weird that so many people are like, ooh, maybe. It's like, do you not keep any track of the people, like, yeah, basically I have no hidden lost children. Would it be interesting if I did? Yeah, I would love to be like, oh, there's a little baby toy kid out there. I can like come into the life of 10 years later. Like I want the like the fun part of having it. Like I want the interesting part of having a child, where like once every 3 weeks you go karting or something. I don't want the part where you like you ruin your life financially, to have something that hates you around, you know? Electric car fancy. I think electric cars are like Tesla is definitely the fancy electric, like, you know, and there's even more expensive cars than Teslas too. But I think electric is just slowly going to take over. It's like, oh yeah, it makes more sense for fun in a vehicle, and it makes more sense for environmental reasons. And even just those two factors alone, like there's a lot more factors working for electric right now. Like people don't need to drive often between cities. You more often need to drive to and from work. So like the range of a car, which is always getting better, by the way, is better for that too. It's very, very interesting is what I'm saying. Also, thank you Adnan Haliak for the 99 Canadian cents. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, when I was in 4J, I think it was both the CEO and basically the guys at 4J, like Minecraft console makers, both had Teslas, which first of all I think it's cool. But second of all, I was like, you know what? Their vehicle, like it's like a good way to have like a fancy vehicle without being like, I just spent a lot of money on something as I guess it is also a status symbol probably, but it's like, you know, you feel like it's not just there to be like, look, I can spend almost 100 grand on a car. Having lost kids is cringe. Knowing your kids is pretty cool though, says the Raging Dungeon Master. You know, also someone says auto-driving cars will cause a lot of crashes. My take on this is that automatic cars, like automatic driving cars, self-driving cars with human drivers are going to cause crashes because humans are unpredictable. And it's really hard for a machine to program in human unpredictability without, you know, crashing into or having the humans crash into it. Or without sacrificing all of the efficiency that comes from self-driving. So, the way I assume... Oh, we've got a full inventory, mostly. The way I assume it's going to be is there'll be a little bit where they overlap with humans and where it like... You know, because right now, cars can already take over for you a little bit. I have a license US. What is a theory test? I think about that braking thing every time I brake. I find traffic theory fascinating. Yeah, I've dove into this whole rabbit hole recently of watching traffic videos on YouTube about how like traffic works and stuff. And like it's interesting, this idea that like one of the phrases I always spotted this in America, but I didn't find a word for it. It's like there are platoons of cars in cities. Like you and a bunch of cars behind you all get the green light at this stoplight, this traffic signal, this traffic light, there we go. And then, you know, at the next traffic light you get the same green signal. And so you and the car behind you, if you're going in the same direction, will like hang out together basically. And it leads to a lot of interesting traffic flow things. That it's very clever the way, because America is so reliant on the car, they had to get clever about it, I guess, but it's still very interesting. Also, wait, where are you at? Ice Maiden. You said something about... Okay, I've lost it. It's gone forever. But, sorry, any electric bike that doesn't have a limiter of 50 mile per hour legal. So it's true that that's the case, but I've never seen anyone, like, care about that. Like, unless you're actively dangerously driving somewhere. It's like, the speed limit on a road is 60 or 70, but then that means you can go 70 or 80, even though that doesn't make sense, because... You know, actually, road laws are the ones that teach you about how, like, you know, laws work in practice versus theory, right? Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, so laws are things you can and cannot do. You know, that is the world telling you these things precisely. And, you know, I feel like most people... I've always known that there's this weird, like, oh, the law says you can go 70 miles per hour, which means go 75 miles per hour or you're actually going to cause accidents. Like, it's all about speed variance from everyone else. Okay, let's continue this one. So, also replace an end island for an overworld island, says Fat Rodent Rat. I think that'd be a fun idea to have, like, a trifecta. Oh, wait, actually, no, I've already made an overworld island. I need an end island in my end. I guess I do. I already have an end island, interestingly. I really want an electric bike, says the Captain Yaya. I want an electric bike that doesn't require you to... Actually, no, honestly, at this point, I just enjoy being on a scooter and being standing up way more than I enjoy being on a bike. It could be that I just have the world's most uncomfortable bike, but like being sat on a saddle like destroys my... I've got a lot of natural butt cushioning, don't get me wrong here. But I just think that bike saddles, no comfort. Standing up, you feel cool when you get off it. Folds up. It's smaller, like it takes up less room in my house. My stepdad thinks speed limits are optional. And it's mostly true, right? There's also Lightin! Welcome to the member club. I love how many members we picked up today. That is, if I'm not mistaken, our 5th member that has joined during this live stream. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Again, like, I'm going to be playing a lot of this January, like, outside of my record. I'm going to be somewhere different for a bit. I'll tell you more about it, depending on if it's even interesting. You know, there's so much of the UK I've never even explored, even though I live here. And it's interesting. Because I was going to be in Switzerland for a bit this month. Something happened there. I don't know what. You know, is there like a global event that would have changed my plan? Probably not. But also, I definitely don't need this many shulker boxes filled. Well, yeah, we'll just mine down here. Maybe you need a new bike seat after a while they wear out and hurt. Yeah, it could be that. Do you have a gel saddle though? Maybe I just need a better saddle. Electric bikes have to have limiters, but if it's an electric scooter, all you need is a CVT. So electric scooters are in this, like, fun category that proved this one to me. Of, like, not only are they not legal, but if they were legal, you'd probably need a driving license. And so I've ridden one around many... I've literally been past police in the supermarket. I've gone past police cars many times. Like, they are aware, and they're like, well, you're following the traffic laws, mostly, sometimes. Except when you're recording videos. Who am I kidding? I don't follow traffic laws anyway. But, like... There's the cool thing is also Josh Faulkner, thank you for becoming a channel member. We got 6 channel members today, and that is something I think is cool. Do you oh god, you know, let's just jump into a hole. I don't know where it is right now. I think it would be over here, right? Okay, there's my hole. We'll just hide in the hole and hope they don't come after me. Easy solution to a complex problem. Yeah, we had a place that rented on the monthly basis. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also, are you going to have a world download soon? Okay, I'm gonna give you the update on my Let's Play World on the Marketplace. So, it's literally the moment Microsoft come back from their break. I'm gonna quickly check if it's happened already. It's the 1st, they probably haven't. Nope, they have not. As soon as Microsoft come back from their, like, winter break, like, I kind of envy people in normal jobs because they literally just get to decide, here is a thing I need to do for someone. 3 weeks, not my problem. It's the company's problem. And it's like, but, you know, like, which is cool, I guess. Like, I think it's good for, like, people always talk about, like, oh yeah, I love the work-life balance thing is, like, non-optional in that way. Maybe I'm just jealous of it, but, like, as a result, I'm just waiting for someone to come back from break. Then they can hit go, and then we can have the map live. It really sucks that I have to wait for this, but, like, you know what? Traditional employees at a big company. Like, I'm really envious of the guy who gets to go on a literal break for 3 weeks. Like, not like, oh yeah, it's like semi-break, like, just fully disconnect. Maybe I'm really... Also, why'd you use Diamond Pick rather than Netherite? Once you have above efficiency 2, it makes no difference, really. Like, here's my Netherite, here's my efficiency 5 Netherite pickaxe. It's like, functionally no difference, right? Functionally no difference. And I have a bunch of Diamond Pickaxes because they're free, or they cost 13 emeralds. Whereas Netherite costs Netherite. Didn't you say it was because of one misplaced sign or something? So yeah, the last review was failed because it was one sign. They saw a sign on the ground, they're like, we can't release the map in this state. And so we fixed the sign. Which, you know, okay, sure. They've got high quality standards, as we all know. The Millionaire Mansion and Modern House are all such high quality maps that, like, they got to keep up the standard that those maps set. But so once we fix the sign, they needed to do a review on the music discs because they like couldn't find them afterwards. Because they don't do a full review each time; they just send it back to you every time it fails. It was a whole thing. But also, Mother Russia, I'm gonna miss the streams a lot. How about we say something nice to Andrew as a goodbye? Again, there's a chance I will be streaming. Like, I've just learned that when I'm going somewhere new, like especially if you're like temporarily renting a place, I can't fix the internet in, you know, the few weeks I'll be there. If it's not good, sucks, right? If it's not good, it don't be good. If it is good, perfect. I have internet that works and is functional, and I can stream off. It's definitely going to be good enough to like upload videos off. If it's not, I have unlimited 5G. Is there 5G? You know, I'm going to look into all these details. Andrew, you look very nice today. Thank you, Mother Russia. You look nice today too, probably. You know, there's a chance you look terrible today, but I don't know that you look terrible, and therefore you look nice today. You should put an entire overworld chunk in the Nether. That's a fun idea too. I mean, realistically, you'd only see the top bit, so it would be terrible looking. But it does seem like a lot of fun. I can't get one, says Lightin0133Y. I don't have a job. I'm sorry to hear it, that you don't have a job right now. I think, like, obviously with any product, like, you don't have to feel bad if you can't get one. Like, it's many opportunities. Well, I mean, there's not. It's literally, it's not going to be on sale starting from, oh god, we've gone under an hour. There is 52 minutes and 24 seconds left of the long boy. Oh, we are photo finishing this one, huh? Remove the same chunk in the Nether overworld and end. That's a fun idea right there. Just, removing a chunk in the end is such an easy task though. Like, it really isn't even really one. Maybe it'd be fun to remove a giant chunk from my end island though. Like around the end portal, maybe. But yeah, when I was a young lad, I got bitten by a turtle. Can I still drink orange juice? What did I just read? What were those words that I just saw in that order? What was the meaning that came from them? But yeah, so I'm about to do a test for something that, like, I recently mined a bit of my Nether, and instead of using my Netherite pickaxe, I brought a bunch of diamond pickaxes with efficiency 2, which is enough to instant mine. Yeah, exactly, Ollie. Like, efficiency 2 is so easy to get anyway, and if you have unbreaking efficiency, it mines almost the same number per pickaxe, except you're not wasting your good tools. Like, when you're in the overworld, sure, use a Netherite pickaxe of mending or something, but I don't know about that otherwise. Maybe move the main end island into the overworld and spawn the Ender Dragon. I see no faults of that idea. I see no faults of that idea at all. But so I'm lunch drive. It's one of those like things. And during the whole process of like watching, because like, you know, most of the time people drive, it's like, you know, you're getting in this vehicle. I don't need to care about what you do. But like now I have to start caring. And one of the things I've noticed, like I speak to people about it, and I'm like, so, you know, like, because people always say like, oh yeah, you can go 95 on the way home here. It's like, isn't the national speed limit like 70? In America, I think it's 80 maybe. It might be 90, but I think it's 70 in America. And everyone's always like, oh yeah, it might be 70, but like here it's 90. And then I look it up and it's like 70. It's like, oh, the speed limit's 70, but really you can go 95. Like there's this funny thing. You know, obviously everyone's spun this for the first time with COVID, where like people don't know the rules. They just make up their own rules and they interpret and follow those. And you know, it's easy to criticize that, and like, do I need to even explain why it's easy to criticize making up your own rules and following those instead? But I think one of the cool parts of that, one of the interesting side benefits is like, It leads to a world where you realize that, like, unless you are hurting someone, you know, because there are lots of rules designed to protect you. As long as you follow the rules designed to protect you and other people, and, like, no one... As long as, like, someone's not upset about it, I guess it's fine. Once you upset someone, though, that's when things get real bad. In Texas, we have an 85 miles per hour speed limit, but overworld... wait. Oh, I mixed that in someone else's comment. Someone's talking about the overworld. But most of the time it's 75, and we can go about as fast as we want. See, I want to go... I want to have that experience of, like, you know, I know in Germany they have the autobahns where you go as fast as you want. I want to have the experience of going 200 one time. You know, this is how I'm gonna die. But because the interesting thing is, like, speed limit, like, always seems like it's a safety thing. Because when you reduce speed limits, you save more lives. But you know, in Germany they have, like, no speed limit, and they have the same number of road deaths as their neighbors. And so there's this big debate as, like, is having the same number of road deaths and going faster better, or should we have fewer road deaths, you know, like, per, you know, like, should you lose people the freedom of speed, or whatever you want to call it, you know, that ability to go as fast as you like. You know, people can, we could give up that ability, and then we could save some number of people's lives. But the thing is, you can make that trade-off, like, any number of points on the way down. Like, you could lower the speed limit from 70 to 60, you'd save lives. From 60 to 50, you'd save lives. If everyone went 10 miles per hour all the time, we Germans do have speed limits. Oh yeah, but not on some sections of the Autobahn. I think they're slowly decreasing the number of sections where you can actually drive 130. Like, if they're doing road maintenance, you can't, etc, etc, etc. But it's a whole thing. So, yeah, thank you. I hate driving faster than 40 miles per hour, says Harrison Gray. Right, like, there's a speed at which point, like, you know, because the reason the motorways exist is so you have nothing in front of you, nothing to think about besides just cars, right? It's designed to be a way to motor, etc. Like, I think we should leave high-speed transport to, you know, things like trains, planes, and automobiles. Wait a minute, what did I just say? But we should, we should, like, ideally, we could be like, I guess I can say here, it's like, oh yeah, everyone has to go 20 miles per hour all the time. In New York City, you know, like, no one's driving more than, like, 25 or 30 effectively anyway, because pedestrians are everywhere, and it's like, if we'd have had a world like that, people would give up more time, but we'd have more lives. But then the trade-off is like, yeah, well, you give up so much more time. Crossing the country would take 6 days instead of 3. You know, there's a lot of knock-on effects of, like, losing that speed. And I wonder if, like, you know, like, I wonder why it is that we... You know, because we see a more modern version of this with, like, COVID all the time. And I don't need to make the comparisons. You can feel free to make them yourself. But the trade-off between, like, convenience for the masses and the lives of the few, you know, the few and the many, we always like to say it's all about the many. But it's like, with like, saving lives, sometimes we're on the side of the few. Sometimes we're like, wait a minute, maybe, you know, like, if you know, every year, like, 0.01% of the population dies in a traffic accident or something, it's like frightening how many people. And, like, that means that you know, if it's 0.01% of people dying, that means 5 times as many people are having a family member die. That means people are seeing those road crashes every day. That means that, like, healthcare workers are dealing with it. That means, like, people, oh god, hearse drivers or whatever. You know, there's a lot of, like, knock-on effects to... Can I break these blocks? I cannot. Unless we place a stack up. Get a dash cam. Oh, you better believe. That way I could, they wouldn't have reducing the speed limits around here. Remove the speed limits 2024 Prime Minister campaign. I think that, like, the ideal world, right? Because, in the West, we have this sense of personal responsibility. Like, if you make a mistake, probably something to do with what you did, you know, like, taking responsibility for yourself, rather, you know, like, that's a key system we have, for better or for worse, right? And, oh, god damn, I just went through all that effort, and then I just fell down anyway. I'm gonna have to get rid of this little lava source. It's gonna cause me a lot of pain if I don't get rid of it. So let's just do that. But ideally, you know, like, that thing about personal responsibility kind of falls apart in certain situations. Like, you know, the car, you know, because so many people said, like, oh, Toycat, you know, like, in comparison to COVID, it's like, oh yeah, but if you get in a car crash, it's not infectious. But it's like, actually, if you get in a car, drive too fast, drive dangerously, and or like drive drunk, or even you're driving entirely in control, but you're just not thinking enough, or you are thinking enough, but your maximum thinking capacity isn't enough. Or you know, someone else, like someone through no fault of their own can be like crashed into by you at an angle where they're like dead on impact. And I think there's an interesting philosophy of like, what do we do about, you know, like what personal responsibility can you have of like, oh, you get in a car, someone else randomly kills you because of something they did wrong, or just pure chance. Like you get in a car, there's a tiny chance you're dying each time. And the idea would be like, okay, we need to have two choices, right? Entirely safe world, and you know, for people who want to live in that entirely safe world, and you want to have like danger world. For every, you know, like, I actually think you can do this right now. Instead of driving on a, because you know, interesting enough, like, instead of driving on a freeway at 70 miles per hour, a motorway or whatever you call it, almost every journey in most countries that aren't like Canada or something, will have, because Canada has one road connecting the country. Fun fact, you can look that up. That sounds like a joke. You might think, you mean, no, there is two parts of Canada linked by one bridge. That bridge goes down. Canada is cut in two. There's similar parts of Australia, but like, because there's no bridges required, it's a big an issue. Plus, who drives between the provinces there, the states there anyway. But anyway, so the interesting thing is like you can have like slow roads, fast roads, and like okay, anyone who doesn't want to die, go on the slow roads. Worst thing that can happen on the slow roads is, you know, worst thing that happens is you get in a crash and there's a problem. But actually, there are more fatalities on slower roads than there are on faster roads. Even though if you decrease the speed limit on either, you decrease those fatalities, the overall number. And then that starts to make you think like, oh, man, what does any of this mean? How can you fix any of it? And it's that thing about, that's where I think like human psychology has to play into it. Like, you know, an interesting rule I learned about in South Africa. Also, then you have Russia drivers who follow no laws. I love watching Russian video dash cams, I'll be honest. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I know it's like we're just seeing the most dangerous portion, but I've been in Russia once or twice and I was terrified. Like the driving nature is just different there in a way that I think is, I don't know, it seems much more like the whole, like, you know, in terms of like personal responsibility, over there's a lot more of it in driving, it seems. Whereas like, you know what, you die, probably your fault, comrade. You know, is that a good thing? Who can be sure? All I can say is an entirely safe world is fiction, says Ollie. Yeah, that's the sad truth, isn't it? Like we try, like one of the things we get caught in is like, it's like a logical fallacy, right? Like where like you can, if you present two arguments, one is we could have like, do you design for the world we live in or do you design for the world we want to live in? And obviously anyone, when they phrase the question like that, it's like, the world we live in. I'd rather fix real problems than imaginary problems. Like, there are so many culturally made up problems that we spent years fighting over instead of, there are like so many of them. We spent years debating over how it should be. And instead it's like, there are like hundreds of you know, it's like, you know, for instance, right now, there's this huge debate about whether Americans should receive $600, right? And like the big debate is over like, oh, but that's my tax money, or you know, like should that money be going, you know, like rather than giving money, shouldn't it be a tax refund? You know, like give back the money people have already given us and let, you know, there's like so many layers of debate that come around it. When in reality, it's like, you know, the real way to help the real way to help people is the part of it no one even talks about, the unemployment assistance, the whole like, if you lose your job, here is some extra money while you get a new one because it's a pandemic and it's hard. Like you know, like we're really good at making issues that are sticklers to talk about, and then we all like ignore the big issues in the meantime. Society's getting worse. Zombies kill diseases below zero, and healthcare workers are drowning. Wait, zombies kill diseases below zero. Zombies kill diseases below zero. Zombies kill diseases below zero. The diseases are killed by zombies. if they are below 0. If the zombies kill diseases. You know, I don't get it. I wanna get it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't get my own reference apparently. It's from the Google Translate video. Oh, okay. You know, now, I love the Translate video. You know what, should we rewatch the Translate video? You know, what are we doing on this live stream not watching my videos right now? Dial-up noises. Okay, I'm going back to invisible now. You know, you've taken it away from me. Good morning, internet. Honestly, I love the Translate video so much, I want to do another one, but I'm so terrified of, like, not living up to what that first one was in my brain. Yes, rewatch the Translate. I wanna watch that video. It's gonna be fun. So, chat, look at my bottle of Tango I have right here. If you live in the UK, you'll know how bad Tango is. And so you might question, Toy Cat, why have you got some Tango today? Tastes so okay. I love inferior orange flavored beverage. Like, Tango is just not a good drink. But I've been trying to drink, I've been drinking it today. Because I had a bottle lying around my fridge anyway, and I was like, yeah, let's get rid of this. And I wanted to come back to a thing that I think is, it's gonna sound insane, but I think having a certain amount of unhappiness in your life that's there on purpose, not on purpose, like having an amount of like knowing that more factors of your happiness and unhappiness are in your control is a good thing. You know, like having 0 unhappiness will just make you start to see some of the happiness as unhappiness. That's my theory. Whereas if you deliberately do things that are just bad, you'll appreciate the good much more. You know, it's the whole principle of yin yang. You know, like there is a little bit of good inside the evil, a little bit of evil inside the good. Like, how can you really spot the difference between, you know, like all good things have that tiny bit of evil in them, and you're gonna start to spot it if you really pay too much attention. Halo OBX, has your neck gone to hospital as it was so hoarse, says random guy. Happy New Year, Toy Cat. I hope you have a great year and reach that goal of 2 million subscribers. I've really enjoyed your streams over Christmas time. Yeah, I know, a lot of people have like more time over Christmas, and so I want to give you the recommendation. You want to see more streams, even if I potentially am not doing any unlisted live streams, playlist on my channel. Thank you, Jeff Watkins. Appreciate the tip a lot. You know, if I could give you a tip, it would be, your name sounds slightly... You know, is Jeff a real name? It sounds like a fake name too. Jeff and John. Not great. Become famous, not infamous. See, right, infamy is a great example. Like, you can be all the famous you want, but there's always going to be a catch on it. Everyone thinks that you can be famous in, like, just a particular way. But it's like, no. You can be known by almost everyone on the planet, but you'll be known because you took a picture of a video in a suicide forest in Japan. So, oh, God! You know, you can... Also, let's like, mine all these all the way up, just so we... Oh, God, oh! You can be... you know, like, you can think it's great to be known by everyone, but then it's because they hate you. Do a stream on the 3rd, 4th channel where you react to 2020 Rewind. You mean the Mr. Beast one, or you mean the Toy Cat 20? You know, I've had non-stop messages, because I guess it released just for the stream, asking about that. And it's like, I want to make sure that's not what you mean before we move any further. It was a good video, by the way. There you go, there's my reaction. But I assume you mean like the Toy Cat 21. I would, if I hadn't already watched it, in case that's what you mean. Like, I feel bad. I don't ever react to a thing that I've already watched. I know you're meant to, but when people are like, oh, this is such a shock, those aren't genuine reactions. Like, the best thing to do is to, like, work out what your reaction is going to be so you can make it so much bigger. And it's like, I don't know. I want it to be known that if you see a reaction on my channel, it's almost certainly true. I think there's, like, an authenticity in knowing your friends aren't lying to you. And this is a parasocial relationship. Sadly, we're not real friends. You know, this is the type of infamy I got, is that there are people on the internet who assume we're best friends and insist that because I'm not hanging out with them, I'm doing some terrible deed to them. It's very confusing. But you know what's not confusing? What's not confusing is, whoa, Laszlo Delama.
Thanks for the content.
You have such a cute name and profile picture, Laszlo Delama. I'm glad you like the streams. I was having a real, like, honestly, I was having a real bad December in terms of, like, channel stuff. I was getting, I wouldn't say depressed, but I was getting, like, very concerned with things on YouTube for a bit there. And I want to say that, you know what, thank you for saying thank you for the content. That's what I want to say. I want to say thank you for enjoying it on such a level that you gave 50 Canadian big ones. You know what that is? 50, oh, I know what you call it. Yeah, thank you so much, Laszlo. I hope you have a good time in Canada, wherever in Canada you are. If Canada opens up their borders anytime too soon, my intention is to spend a good chunk of 2020. It's not going to, because, like, oh, darn foreigners, they're the problem in the world. Like I said, that's the anti-globalization point, right? Like, oh, yep, all the problems, it's all foreigners. You know, like, it's such an easy point to make too, because foreigners don't get to vote for your politicians. Foreigners don't get to say, hey, wait a minute, we don't like this, because they don't have any power in a. You know, like, the smartest thing any politician can do is, like, make a play at non-voters in favor of voters, because the voters are the people they represent, which is, like, arguably what they're there to do. You could even go as far as to say. But, and so, yeah, who knows if I will. But if I can, I'll be joining you, Laszlo Delama, in a field full of llamas. You should play Nation States, at least on your second channel. I don't know what that is, but I'll Google it. You know what? You've convinced me. Let's Google Nation States. Create your own country. Oh, I played that, and it led to a whole nightmare that I don't even dive into. But yeah, not again is the answer to playing Nation States. But yeah, it was a cool game. I enjoyed making my own country for a bit. I think Democracy 3. That was last night I played. I think there's Democracy 4 now. I think that's a game I'd really enjoy on the second channel. Honestly, yeah, for December I might just make fun, goofy, weird game videos for that channel. I mean, January. What month is it? I don't even know. Okay, so there are 32 minutes and 17 seconds to get yourself a long boy. Literally, you have half an hour. This thing will never be on sale again. This isn't a weird merch set. No, you want a long boy? The longest boy, by the way. Look how long this boy is. He is so long. He can be tall. He can be long. He can be cute. He can be whatever you want him to be. And he is available right now for it's 20% off, $29.60 for this delightful thing to be shipped to your door. Look how cute he is. And just know it'll be one of only 650 or so. If we can sell 10 more of them in the next 30 minutes, we'll hit 651. Please help me reach that goal. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. Make it happen. Okay. Me, Harrison, and a bunch of people in chat really want you to do the Google. We want you to watch the Google Translate video on stream. You won't regret it, I promise. Okay, you know, maybe we should. Wait, chat, should I watch my Google Translate video? Do you mean the Minecraft but translated poorly? Yeah, I assume you mean that. Should we watch that video on stream?
Hey, Toy Cat, you remember your netherite before a wood video? Well, thanks for the challenge. I completed and I highly recommend you try it for yourself. Just stopped by to say this. Thanks again.
I think it's such a cool thing, like the idea of I think it's like it's now a lot more interesting, obviously, but I think it's such a good point to prove about how tech trees work in Minecraft. Like people aren't thinking about Minecraft like it's a tech tree, but it basically is. There's this whole world of things happening and progressions you've got to make. Okay, everyone's saying checked. Everyone's saying yes, sorry. And then Chantal says, I've never watched the translated video. Wow, we got a fake fan here. Everyone say boo Chantal. Boo. Boo, worst fan. Boo. Anyway, so, let's, did you watch the video from Dreamer Response to Speedrun Notifications? I watched that, and then I watched a Carl Jobst video. He's like a good these great like source of speedrunning stuff, where he like broke down how basically he deliberately misled his subscribers, but also like he broke down like what was actually happening, in a way that I thought was really good. Like he was like super neutral. He was like, please don't. Said, hey, like this is just what it looks like from here. Obviously, because like there were so many things that I watched and I was like, oh, what about that? That does make me think maybe. And I know it's one of those things where like being open-minded sometimes gets you into a whole world of issues because you're open-minded on the wrong issue. It's that whole BS tolerance paradox thing, right? They're like, ooh, we're allowed to be intolerant as long as it's towards the people that we disagree with. Yeah, let's watch the Minecraft but translated 200 times. I shouldn't stay in the Nether while I do this, but let's do so anyway. We'll stand up at the chunk, and we'll just hope that this doesn't cause me issues. Okay, I'm gonna find my video. I'm gonna watch it live.
Good morning,
Okay, I was watching a Block Brothers video. IBX Toycat, poorly translated. Minecraft, but it's been translated 200 times. Okay, we're gonna watch a video together. I don't know how this is gonna work actually. What's your favorite redstone contraption that you've built? I don't build many redstone contraptions, honestly, because I don't have much fun with them. Please just close Minecraft. I will not do that. I will not do that. Okay, so we're gonna wait. I'm gonna do. Yeah, there's probably nothing of concern here. Or maybe there is. Who knows? Okay, so we're gonna hit this button. Okay, I triple check every time there's not like some concerning details. We're gonna share off. Okay, there we go. So this is Minecraft, but it's been translated poorly 200 times. Oh, Minecraft, but it's been translated 200 times. So let's give it a watch, everyone. Boys, actually, you know, I'll put the chat on the screen for this. If we like drag a little bit that way, and we drag this a little bit this way. Now we can see some chat. There we go. And we just drag this a little bit. This is really hard, you know what? Why am I going through all this effort to watch a chat? You know what, chat? You wouldn't do this for me. I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. Okay, there we go. So let's...
Hello, I'm FGX Toycat, and one of my favorite ways to prove that machine translation still isn't great, even in the modern age, is to show that when you translate something into a different language, and then translate that result into another different language, and so on and so forth, you always get something which is almost incomprehensible by the time it comes out. Even a basic phrase like Hello, I'm FGX Toycat can be ruined by this process, and you might be curious as to why that relates to Minecraft. How we're gonna relate it to Minecraft? Well, basically, there's a pack which just came out, which takes every single part of the Minecraft language files and translates it that number of times to make it something which is technically a correct translation but also kind of off. And in today's video we're going to be going through and checking it out. And when I say everything, I mean literally everything.
Ah, the menus.
We create a new world option right here.
That's fun. Look at that, the inner body.
Changed to normal way to play, and survival is life. I mean, pretty accurate. And creative is delivery, which is a little less accurate, I would say.
I wonder how creative becomes delivery.
Did you see that creative flag option? But then there are some things which are a little more confusing, like cosmic species, the inner body, sure, and beautiful.
I hope
box,
I turned on
which
beautiful
I think
box.
is bonus chest. So this is honestly proving why poorly translated is way better than actually translated, because beautiful box is totally what the bonus chest should be called, in my opinion. And then yeah, we've also got a few other opportunities from around the world, such as friendship throughout the world, which I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn on show coordinates, but the movement of flames, maybe not. TNT is saturation, no thank you. Natural sex, not for me, friends. And envelope fast is going to be, of course.
Fast Toycat's funny.
Because I like my envelopes nice.
I like past
Also,
Toycat.
this is the meaning of the use of training school. What? And then the cheats options, we've got version of concern, addicted, all day.
I like
just
all day.
One document. What is just one document?
What is just one document? I actually don't know.
Like an elephant.
I like it looks
Okay,
like
we
an
need
elephant.
to.
Wait, you can see right there, like, I'm glad the editor cut it well. But you can see, like, I was laughing so long, he just decided, you know what, we're gonna have to cut this up.
We need to finish it. We've got white, which I mean is really a cheat for the modern world, am I right? No evidence.
Bad social commentary.
Yeah, we've got white, which I mean is really a cheat for the modern world.
Wait, maybe I edited this video. Should we find out? Should we scroll down? Pro tip: do you want to see who edited the video? Just see. It doesn't say. I think I edited this one. Hashtag bad social commentary.
We need to finish it. We've got white, which I mean is really a cheat for the modern world, am I right? No evidence. You have passed, and the help page, which I'm gonna leave help page turned on. So, yeah, as you can.
Envelope passed.
This is the seed for Minecraft, so we'll leave that blank actually. Also, it seems as though a few settings have remained intact,
Huh,
but the
they
play
can get
button
translated.
is dress for some reason. I don't know how play and dress get mixed up.
I guess because you're in a
sure,
play and you wear a
auto
dress.
translated, let's go. Wait, do you see that? Even the tips are entirely changed. Is it amazing to explore the mortal drink? So anyway, here is my beautiful box. As you can see, my beautiful box is filled
Whoa,
with
that's a
items
good bonus
like
chest.
the
It's 100%
tile cat,
filled.
The wheat, the swear words,
look at
the
that.
wonderful forest, registration for unknown swear words, sandy. There's a lot of swear words in this chest, which I don't know how stick becomes swear word, but sure. Very straw, fountain, a wonderful forest. You can see all at first, like a part of me looks at this and goes like, are the words just random? But a lot of them actually do make.
Do I not
sense,
notice the
right?
breast?
Oh yeah, I guess like the bread becomes 4 because no, I don't see that. How does mushroom become bankruptcy?
Something mushrooms out of control.
Like, I guess a
It
mushroom
bankrupts
cloud
you.
would be something going out of existence, but that's the closest thing I can see. But you can see how not everything is random because things like dark oak become
She
black
shakes
oak and
naked.
wool, but cobblestone wool becomes just wool.
Granite wall. She shakes naked. She does. She does shake naked. I like this video. I wanna see. What did I just? Did it take me 16 minutes to get snow in Bulgaria? You know, this is what? What is this?
Snow in Bulgaria.
You know, I want to play with this pack again now. I wonder if there's like a better version I can find. This honestly, what else do I need in Minecraft besides like these new little salads work on their own? You know, I want to know. This is such a. I want to spend all video watching this, but this is gonna take 16 minutes. So instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be very stealthy here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to instead plug the long boy. It's got 22 minutes and 17 seconds left. So we can argue it was more successful than the original. We only need 7 sales. I guess 8 to be more successful. Chat, right now, if you've ever wanted a long boy, do you want a long boy? Trick question. Of course you want a long boy. Oh, look how cute he is. Just look at his face. Look at his face. Don't you want it? Don't you want this in your life? Like, it's actually like accurate, and that's something I'm always impressed by. Like, I thought the real one, you know, like, I was always worried about, like, quality. And everyone has said they love that. It's like, it's actually a high quality. Like, it uses, like, the squish, so it doesn't, like, stay squished. Like, it's clever. I like all of this. It's got fun little fire tag on there. It's got cute little bow tie, like your boy Toy Cat. You want to buy one? Of course. You want to buy 7? Of course you want to buy 7. Do you want to buy 7? Wait, what's the max you can actually put in there? Let's find out right now. Just for fun. Me and the long boy here. You know, me and 30. I'm going to guess it's 100. Maybe it just goes unlimited, actually. Okay, I need to find out. I need to find out. It's a baguette cat. Exactly. Imagine if Toy Cat was a baguette. But you can't... Okay, you can get past 100. Today we learned. So, 7 more. You can do it. If Long Boy can do it, so can you. Well, actually, let me show you something cool. I just have to get out of here. And then I can zoom around the screen. Oh, no, I can't. This is set up in a really specific way. Speaking of things that are really weird and specific, Minecraft, am I right? I hear we play it sometimes. So I'm going to drink my Tango, my worst drink. Don't even enjoy it. But tomorrow, I'm going to drink a good drink. I'm going to be on a train for a few hours. And on that train, I shall enjoy a good beverage. Oh, anyway, so I'm just here for my GF. But okay, the long boy is yes. Good night. Thank you, That Bunny. Oh wait, you're GF and you're called That Bunny. High chance that makes you. I mean, not high chance. Relative chance that makes you a girlfriend too, which means we found more proof of the correlation between Toy Cat livestream viewers and lesbians. What is the link? Why is it the case? Do lesbians like Minecraft live streams more than they like Minecraft videos? Do straight men dislike Minecraft streams but like Minecraft videos? What is causing that correlation? Please, I would love to know. Imagine buying 100 long boys. You know what, chat? You know what you could really do to make a difference in the world? Buy 100 long boys and make them fight as a little soldier fort. That's what you could do. Okay, I'm gonna slide this back over there. Oh god, life is a mess. So, yeah, to finish up, we're on the back end of the stream. We can all tell we're running out of inventory spaces. I want to say that yeah, there might not be a stream for a couple of weeks. I don't know for sure. There's a lot of unknowns in my life right now. There's a lot of unknowns in everyone's life right now. We're living in a time of uncertainty, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay if we just ignore the way that it's not okay. And I had a really good evening talking about some fun things and some terrible things. And also, Josh Faulkner recently becoming a huge fan. Found out we're the same age, have a lot of the same interests. Thank you for making 2020 a little bit brighter. I think it's cool that the internet allows people like, you know, Josh Faulkner. Oh, piglins actually come attack you if you attack their friends now. Like previously, if you kill them in one hit, they wouldn't care. But I guess that was a bug and not a feature because they have clearly chosen to remove it. But yeah, the cool thing about the internet is it allows you to find like-minded people, you know, like people who are like-minded in a really weird, niche, specific way. But the fact that it allows you to find those people is a really wonderful thing to me. Like, you know, it's like I said, I found someone who was really enthusiastic about traffic. That's cool that I could watch his stuff. You know, find someone who's really into, you know, geography. Wow, IBX2Cat, check him out. Proof that Toycat's content is just chef kiss. Mwah! But no, yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you to all the people who came along and tipped and were nice and friendly. I have a survival project video coming out soon. I might work on it some more. Who knows for sure? But I've got a big thing coming soon that's going to involve some live streams. So if you like the live stream highlights, being as part of a video, you know, actually I've got to speak to Harrison before I could even say any of this. But I've got a video I've got videos that'll be coming out over the next 3 weeks, pretty much every single day. I'd expect every single day probably, but like we'll see. Lots of videos, lots of stuff. I'm not gonna be the guy who's like, no videos, you don't deserve them. If there's no good ads, you don't get videos. It's not my attitude at all. What my attitude is that January is an opportunity, perhaps, an opportunity to go and do some stuff. And if you want to see those things, usually when I'm not posting on YouTube, I post on like YouTube stories.
It would be interesting to know the gender split in your audience and how many of them are straight.
So the interesting thing is like finding data on whether someone is straight or not is very hard for the obvious reasons and the less obvious reasons. You know, like, first of all, like, do people themselves even know if they're straight? Like, ignoring, Leo, thank you for becoming a channel member. Like, people tend to know if they're aged 25 to 34. People tend to know if they're in the United States or not, you know? Like, there's certain demographic data that is very easy to confirm or deny. But one of those pieces, interestingly enough, is not you know, like, some people discover it way later. Some people argue you can't. The fact that there is even a discussion on there sometimes is maybe interesting in its own right. But the thing I take from that is that it's so hard to discover. I could do a poll in chat, but like how many people are that affects like how many people are chatting versus
As a bisexual woman who has been watching you since 2015, I also do not know the correlation between lesbians and toy cat, but it exists nonetheless.
See, right, okay, you know what, first of all, happy... So 2015 was a long time ago. That's like console edition days, Disillusions. I always find it so interesting, and I know I say this almost every time. Like, if I'll take your word for it. You've been subscribed since 2015. That's probably true. I hope it's true. It'd be nice if it was. But and so, if it is true though, it's like, so you've known me for 5 years, Right? And in those 5 years, this is the first time learning about you. Isn't that fascinating? Like, you know, like, because if you've, like, vaguely known about me, that's sure. But, like, if you've watched videos and stuff, I'd like to believe you know, like, a fair amount about me. That, you know, and some would say that's a bad side of parasocial relationship. I think that's a really interesting side of parasocialness. It's so interesting that you can... I just discovered you exist. Maybe you don't exist. I've just assumed your existence. Oh no, oh yeah, I want the network here. Toycat doesn't automatically assume his viewers are men. Maybe it's part of his correlation. Says Duncan Wall. Do you mean the whole, like, hey, what's up, guys thing? Because even then, I don't think that's really... But anyway, no, I think we worked it out. 1/3 of live stream viewers are women versus 2/3 guys. And in my videos, it's, like, 80-something to, like, a teenage percent. It's something like those are the statistics. Okay, so we've now got a lot of Neverac shulker boxes, which is great because we can use these now. Right, let's take them with me. There's no point putting them in there if I'm going to explicitly use them for another thing. Toycat, please do a poll, it'd be interesting. There's certain topics that every single time I'm going to even mention them, I'm going to get like a swath of hatred. There's going to be the swath of hatred from people who are like, Toycat, your viewers are like 10. You can't ask them about their sexuality. That's going to be swath number 1. Swath 2 is Toycat. I watch your videos with my children. Please don't talk about sexuality. I want them to discover that from a 14-year-old boy who tells them about it in terribly wrong ways when he's in school by himself. I don't want Minecraft YouTubers to be saying the word, because then he's gonna, you know, that's my plan. So, and then there's gonna be the third swath, which is gonna come in the form of like, oh, Toycat, this is you are not including enough options. Just because you included the 40 main ones, you didn't include my designation, and therefore I'm cancelling you. And obviously it's not. It's just like, you know, you just don't ask those things. It's like there's a lot of things like that where it's just like, ooh, too rich for me, I'm afraid. And maybe that's a bad thing, that some things are too rich. Anyway, so with that said, yeah, there's a new Survival Project video coming out soon, I think. There's actually wait, there's 2 coming out soon. One's from April. I finally finished a project I started in April of this year. And actually, maybe the other projects I started earlier than that. I finished the project... Oh, wait. Yeah, I just finished the projects I started in October of 2019. So you'll see a video from that soon, too. During January, don't worry, you'll see some... Oh, and also there's a really cool server video at some point, maybe. You simply cannot please everyone. Such is life, says Lisa. I agree. Such is life. Such is life. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you all had a wonderful evening. Unless your name is John. In which case, you know what? You're fake. You're lying to me. You don't deserve a good evening. What you deserve is to learn some manners, John. See, now that I know there's actually someone watching me called John, I'm sorry, John. You don't deserve this. But maybe you do. Maybe if you didn't lie to people, this wouldn't happen to you so much, huh? Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all, hopefully next week. Thursday. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll die in a house fire tonight. No one knows anything. What we do know is, since when do you care about stupid people cancelling you, Mr. Children, and you're a hobby? I like to tread on the line, but like I like to have some fun benefit from like there is a line that people think when you cross it, everything's bad. I like to just tiptoe over the line every now and then, just for fun. I don't like to, like, just crossing the line isn't fun. What's fun is to, like, you know, it's like putting your feet in the water. You don't just put your whole body in, because then you just don't feel warm anymore. And also, now you're wet and salty. Speaking of wet and salty, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next fun one. Wink, wink. Goodbye. Oh, Q&A Saturday is going up tomorrow. You might enjoy that. Okay, bye.